Hello, for this scenario, I understand that I'll be testing a new website for a hospital, St. Joseph Hospital, and that what I'll see and review are screenshots of what the website could look like. I understand it's not fully functioning and that some of the buttons and links are not clickable. And I understand you're wanting to get my feedback as a potential patient on my overall impression, the design of the website, as well as how the information appears to be organized, where I might expect to find information, and if it is obvious, how to take the next step. And if I can't find what I'm looking for, I'll answer the question with where I would expect to find the information, but I'll proceed to the next task. Alright, so for my first task of 10, I need to review the home page design for the website, mouse around and click on items that interest me, explore the site as much as I can, and tell you what my thoughts are along the way. If I ever get stuck, I'll click on the logo, which I see is right here, to return to the home page. So right up top, I see sort of the main navigation bar for patients and visitors, probably the key link that I would be looking for as a patient. And then down here I see just a box where I could search for a particular physician either by name or by specialty or zip code. Locations, which is probably something I would want to know about, and services as well. So let me see if I were to click on patients and visitors. Here's another link for finding a physician. And then it looks like some informational or educational guides, a health library, classes and events, patient guide, and then insurance and billing. I see a visitor's guide, which makes sense. I'm wondering what the patient guide is. Okay, that's just a placeholder page. I'm sort of curious what would, it makes sense to me intuitively what would be on a visitor's guide page, just guiding a visitor how and when to visit the hospital. I'm sort of curious now what kind of content would be on patient guide that would be in addition to these links such as find a physician and health library and classes and events. But it doesn't look like there's any content on that right now. Okay, so let me take a look at services. Services and departments. I wonder if it would be more helpful for this link not just to say services, but services and departments, because that's what really the content of the page seems to be. And it's interesting to me that even though it's called, the link is called services, the first thing that you really access are service departments. So it makes me wonder what the difference is between a service and a service department. I wonder if this should just simply be called department, and if it is in fact a service department, how a service department differs from a service. I'm just trying to get an idea of what a service would be apart from a department, and how a service differs from a service department. So anyway, minor thing, but just kind of curious. By the way, I do notice that these links seem to persist on the page, find a physician, map and locations. So I like that, actually. I think, yes, they do persist here, so I do like that. And then, of course, I'd want to know the locations. Let me go back home. And then I guess this would be for prospective employees and then medical professionals. Okay. Oh, so this is what it means by services. Orthopedic services, laboratory services, family medicine, and sleep center. So I wonder if these are the premier ones or the primary ones. And then I can view all services. Again, I know this is sort of just a minor point. I'm just wondering I guess it makes sense to call these services rather than departments, But then when you click on View All Services, you're essentially brought to Service Departments. And then I'm curious what kind of content would be under Service still, or additional content. Whoops. But I do like sort of the emphasis on the main kinds of services on the homepage that people might want to use, particularly family medicine or laboratory services. News and social, classes and events, very good. Health library, very good as well. Oh, I like that. I like the design of the page. I like the green and the blue colors, and I like sort of the semi-opaque boxes overlaid. I like that look. It's a nice design, sort of simple but elegant. It's not cluttered at all. So visually, I think it's very appealing, and I like just the simplicity of the links and the design. And I like this feature down here, how you can sort of tab to different things. And I like the image on the home page too. And I like the emphasis on education. I think that's important. Okay, so let me proceed to task 2, which is to find the hospital's address, which my eye just caught that a few seconds ago. It seems to be right up here, 2420 West 26th Avenue in Denver. Here's the 866 number, and then here's another. I see this isn't working yet, but apparently the hospital has more than one location, or perhaps it has a satellite location. But that would be another place that I would have clicked on as well if I hadn't seen the address up here. Find the services that the hospital offers. You know, I have this screen enlarged, and just the way that it fits my monitor, for some reason I thought this was the very bottom of the page. I thought these were links here that would take me to different pages, featured services, news and social. I didn't realize that if you scroll down you could actually see or interact with these little tabs here. I'm not sure. Just because of the way it just literally sits on my bar, so I didn't realize this looked like a logical bottom of the page, so I didn't realize that there was actually more content. And I say that sort of in answer to the third task, which is to find the services that the hospital offers. I only sort of discovered accidentally that I can see some of the services that it offers right here. And then I can also find it under patients and, oh, was it? Oh, no, it was here. Services. And then here are some more service departments. And then there are additional services as well, that listed alphabetically. Find the orthopedic and total joint service offered by the hospital. Well, here's orthopedic services. And what I want is total joint. Orthopedic and total joint replacement. I think this is it. And then I could find a total joint physician and a total joint location. And then I think, was there something on the home page as well? Orthopedic services will take me right here, and then I could also go to total joint replacement. Okay. Alright, task 5, find the Find a Physician tool. Once found and reviewed, click Submit to see physician results. Alright, so there are a couple ways to access that. I could have done it right on the home page, or I could have done by specialty or by zip code. Doesn't look like this is interactive, but if I click Submit, okay, so it looks like there were some pre-populated search criteria in here, and then it's giving me some physician results. So it looks like these are orthopedic surgeons. So it's giving me their phone numbers and their certifications and their locations. Okay, very good. It looks like it's listing 4 per page. Okay. And then I assume, so if I checked on, whoops, if I clicked on patients and visitors, find a physician, I would have the same interface, except I could also, in addition to searching by name, specialty, and zip code, I could also search by location, gender, and language. And then here it's taking me to these same physician results. Okay, so there are at least 2 different ways to search for a physician. Okay, now I need to request an appointment with a physician. So I wonder if I click on a physician. Let's see. I'm looking for a link by the physician's name in order to request an appointment. Or perhaps that's not underneath a particular physician, but let's see. For patients and visitors, let me go home. I would think that one of the links under here should be request an appointment. I think that would be a common thing that someone would like to do. Where can I request an appointment? I would expect to either have a link under for patients and visitors, like for example, right underneath find a physician, I would have a link, request an appointment. And then I would also have a link for request an appointment underneath that particular physician's name. But I'm not seeing anywhere to request an appointment. Huh. I don't know why that is. I would think that would be about us. Careers. I guess this is the only task that I'm not feeling successful at. Huh, okay, well, as I said, I would expect to see either a link under for patients and visitors for request an appointment, or I would expect to see a link under each physician's name in the search results for request an appointment. Find where I can make a donation to the hospital website. Let's see, here's one place. There's a donate link. And was there anywhere else that I saw where you could donate? About us. I might expect to see a donate link under here as well as up here. Find information on classes offered by the hospital. Okay, now that, I remember seeing several links for that. So here's classes and events. Very helpful. Sort of listed chronologically. Gives the time and the location and how many spots are available, as well as the name of the class and who's teaching it and what will be taught. So that looks very helpful. So that's one place. And then classes and events, I also found the link under here as well. That was very straightforward. Find the available careers or jobs at the hospital. Here I remember seeing careers, career opportunities. That was really the main place that I saw it, and really the only main place that I would expect to see it. Oh, there are more links down here. But I'm not sure if I see a career one down here. So it looks like down here replicates what's up top, with the exception of careers. That's interesting. So there's these 5 links I see up here, except for careers. So careers is up here, but not down here? I would think just for consistency it would also be down here. Okay, and so let me go back to the home page. So for my final task, find the most recent news for the organization. Let's see, about us. Here's a link for news under About Us, which is where I would expect to see it, and then under here there's a tab for news and social too. So 2 places to access news about the hospital, which seem to be very straightforward, and view all news. Okay. Alright, I guess that brings me to the conclusion of the recorded tasks. So it looks like the only thing that I couldn't do was find a link for requesting an appointment, but everything else was fairly straightforward and easy to find. So I'll go ahead and conclude this recording, and then I'll answer any written questions.